And now we know who we have to beat second round. It's our favorite friends down east, the St. Louis Blues. And I think we all remember the beautiful first round series that it was last year, where this happened. Mr. Cog, the captain, after a dirty little hit by a dirty little man named Braden Shin, put a little dirty hit on Rantanen. Mr. Captain Cog said, "I don't think so," and beat the living shit out of him. And it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful fight, and it set the tone for everything moving forward in that first round. And we will pray for more of the same with this. We're going to talk Avs. We're going to talk Blues. We're going to talk what to look for. Shorter show unless people get involved. So it's going to be fun. Finally, we know whose ass we have to smack to get to the next round.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about it. Here we are, Avs Fan TV. I am Jordan. I am here with the Oren. Oren,
how's it going, guys?
What's going on? The Blues. So the Blues beat the Wild.
They did.
I was hoping it was going to be a 7-game series. It ended up being 6, but I don't know. I was hoping it'd be a little tighter, multiple overtimes, all that kind of stuff. But the Blues were ready to finish them off, which we all hate the Wild too, so it wasn't that bad seeing it happen.
I wanted St. Louis Blues to win, so
yeah,
I wasn't too surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, I figured it'd maybe be 7 games, but Blues are a deep team, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, maybe why they beat the Wild, and maybe the Wild were a little bit praised. Maybe they shouldn't have been. Kaprizov was a beast, though. So we're going to talk about that. We got the Blues. We have a history of the Blues. We went 2-1 against them in the regular season. We swept them last year. I expect a different series. I think most people are probably expecting a tighter series in a way. I think they're a little bit deeper this year. And they've got some good players. They've got some high-end skill, and we'll talk about it. So the first stat we'll talk about is the Blues in the league had the most skaters with 20-plus goals. They had 9. That was the NHL high in the regular season. The Avalanche had 7, so we were second, right behind them. 2 deep offensive teams going at it, and we're going to highlight some of those guys that we want to look out for against the Dirty Blues. One of them is this Braden Shin getting his ass kicked. This is one of them, but this is the only picture I really saw on the internet of Braden Shin. So this is just Braden Shin.
That's his best picture, showing his ass.
That's his best picture, his ass.
Yeah,
getting kicked. His ass was right there, and then he's getting punched in by our captain. Yeah. Catlin Bowie. Do you? Yeah. Sure. Yeah, Catlin. We like hot dogs, right? Or you like hot dogs?
That's 110% right there.
Oh, it's 110%. Oh, that's 110%, Catlin. Yeah. And anyway, so we're talking about that. We're going to highlight it. We had the second most, like I said, with 7 20-goal players. And one guy we're going to have to talk about. Let's just go ahead and get him out of the way. This guy right here. The Factor. The ex-Av. The former Stanley Cup champion. Not with the Avalanche, unfortunately. Conn Smythe winner. Most valuable player. Still doing yoga. I'm sure, channeling his
too much
mantra.
of a cunt to be with us anyway.
You know what?
I'm glad he's gone.
You said it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say that. You said it. I'll just shake my head in agreement. But
that's cunt with a K, by the way.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
different, but it's about the same thing.
It's kind of the same in the general same area region on the body Whether it's a C, whether it's a K. The power play, though, we have to talk about the power play is lethal. Their power play absolutely shredded through the Wild in that first round matchup, and they could not stop it. They literally, St. Louis, it was like they were scoring on every power play they got. So one thing the Avalanche can do in this series is be undisciplined. And we did very well against Nashville. We did very well, not kind of no in between the whistle crap, stuff like that. So we got to have that same discipline. Watch out for it because their power play is lethal. They have guys like O'Reilly. They have guys like this gentleman here who can ripper. Vladimir Tarasenko, who right now he's got 6 points in the playoffs, 5 goals and assists. They have a gentleman like, David Perron. He's lethal in front of that net, and he can score goals, and he does score goals against the Avalanche. He's got a good history against the Avs. Guys like that. This is a guy I like to highlight, Jordan Kyrou, who he's a very skillful player. I like this player. Too bad he's a Blues player, but he's a guy that he'll get going as well. They have guys like that, like we all saw earlier. They have Braden Shin. There's Shin and his ass, and another guy to look out for. And on the back end, they've got Colton Parayko, who, for me, he's their best defender. He's a strong guy. He'll probably be playing a lot against the McKinnon line. He's got a great shot. For a big guy, he skates well. Someone to look out for, Mr. Colton Parayko. And then one of my favorite people on the Blues, just because the way, he used to wear his masks, is what's up, Jay Sway? Mr. Craig Berube.
How's it going, buddy?
Hey, Jay.
Too bad you couldn't join us live.
It's a shame. Today. It's a shame. Next time, Jay. Next time. Craig Berube, who, in the height of COVID, was still going chinning. He was still chinning in that mask, and repping it. And I got to give him nothing but mad respect for that. He just didn't care. Look at him. He just doesn't give a shite. Look at it. The anger of this man. We're going to see him. Hopefully we see him angry a lot in this series because he is a fun coach to watch. Just get angry. And by God, was he a mean hockey player in his day. Yeah.
Avs and six.
Ooh, not a bad shout, Jay. We're going to get to that, buddy. And at the end of the show, we're going to talk about it. Little predictions. That's a great prediction. That's, it's really good.
It's going to be a good game.
It's going to be a good few games. It'll be fun. I don't think it. I'm not saying it's going to be a sweep like last year. I think it could be a little tighter. But I think we're going to win for sure. I always do. And we'll talk about why. Maybe we'll talk about why. So Craig Berube, anyway, I want to highlight him in his chin mask because it's just amazing. It's just really good. Perron, like we mentioned before, leading their team right now. He's got 9 points, 5 goals, 4 assists in 6 games. We know, again, power play. Do not let this gentleman get in front of that net on that power play. He's going to roof him. He knows how to roof him. You got to watch out for him. Ryan O'Reilly, the factor, like we mentioned. Second in the team right now for the Blues. 8 points, 5 goals, 3 assists. Again, I think 4 of those goals are on the power play. Is there a common theme here? Power play?
Don't get penalties.
Don't get penalties. Don't get penalties. You can play 5-on-5 with this team. Yeah, they're a good deep team, but we're better. We're deeper. We're a faster team. Stay disciplined. We go 5-on-5 hockey. We're going to run them. We're going to run them 5-on-5, but just for the love of all.
But we have been progressively better on power plays throughout the playoffs, so
yeah,
our power plays they'll give us some power plays of our own to.
Oh, we'll get some
to deal some damage.
Oh, we'll do it for sure. Expect it, but we got to stay out of the box too. And again, I think the big thing for Jared Bednar and the team is, yeah, of course you've got to. You got to do your research on them and your game planning against the Blues. But we just got to play our game is what matters because we are the better team. We play our game. We stay disciplined. We do the right things. We're winning the series. That's just pretty much how it's going to go. We start focusing too much on them, and that's when things can get a little hairy. We start focusing on chin masks and dudes' asses. That's
It's all
whenever
about mental control.
it's mental control, baby. So these are some of the guys, like I said, Jordan Kyrou, Tarasenko. We all know. The fans know. We've seen the St. Louis Blues enough. We know kind of who to watch out for. One interesting tidbit is the Blues started out with Husso in net, and then we talked about the Blues game earlier. Right, kind of end of the season, we played the Blues, and we had a Blues fan in the chat. He was talking about you guys got Bennington, Husso's our starter, and I was like, well, look, man, I could see him going to Bennington in the playoffs. So Husso's just has a couple bad games, and that's exactly what happened. Husso a little soft on some stuff. They're like, Jordan Pennington literally won us the Stanley Cup. Let's go to him, and they did, and Bennington got him through the next round. So that's the look we want to see. Just watching that puck go by. Oh, that's gonna be nice. I can't wait to see that. One thing
Right
about
in
it,
his 5-hole.
That's a high 5-hole. Good thing about Bennington, though, I mean, he is when he's on, he's really on. But if you can get a goal on him early, get a couple, he gets rattled. He does like to kind of get involved. Yeah, he does like to. He gets rattled. His mental game can get a little haywire. So it's something for them to think. Come on, attack early, get pucks on him. I wish Jay was here so he could do the Canadian generic, hockey cliches. Pucks on net, boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pucks on net. Screens are everything in the playoffs.
Keep your sticks on the ice.
Keep your freaking stick on the ice. But he's a guy they got to get at early. They can shake him, and then he does get shaky once he gets scored on early. He's shown that he gets rattled. So something they want to watch out here and do right off the bat. We started every game well against Nashville. I fully expect them to do the same. They know what they need to do in the series, so I fully expect that. Speaking of goalies, a goalie I'd like to highlight is this man right here.
Beautiful Darcy Kemper.
Big Darce. The Kemp. Darcy Kemper looking good to go. Should be able to start in the game one. Like I said, it's probably a Monday or Tuesday. But Oren, do you have any question? I mean, Frank, is there any question? I know this is probably not for me, but is there any question? If Frankie came in, did a good job. Any question? You stay with Frankie game one, or you're just going straight to Kemper?
I think he did a great job. I mean, I would still go with Darcy just because this is going to be a hard battle, and we need our best top goalie. So,
yeah,
I would say let Frankie take a few games off and see what Darcy does in the beginning few games, and if we absolutely need him, we'll throw him in there.
Yeah, that's good to have. Like the Blues have a good goalie tandem with Husso and Bennington, but our goalie tandem, in my opinion, is better with Kemper and Francois.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be scared for either of them to start, but I think Darcy would like to get back in there and
he's our number one.
Continue to prove that he is number one.
Yeah, he's our number one. I also like his size. He's a bigger goalie. It'll be good to see him back in there. He was doing perfectly fine before the freak injury by Joe Hansen.
I think he's better when we're having to kill a penalty. I think he's better out there to be our goalie.
Yeah, he covers a lot of net. So there's no question for me that Darcy starts game one, and hopefully he's feeling good. And there's nothing to worry about there. One other guy I want to highlight for the Avalanche is this gentleman right here. Now, this gentleman, he had a good series against Nashville. Got a lot of assists. But we all know there's another gear for this guy. And I think I want this guy here, and we'll kind of do a little bit of a prediction here coming up. But this gentleman right here, I want him to actually to be the best player of this series. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I want to see this guy get going. I know a lot of fans feel the same way. Again, not to say he didn't have a bad series at all. He was a good player. He was involved in play, had some good assists, but
Yeah, he had a lot of assists for us.
I like to see him be that baby Yager. I want to see him drive the net, hungry for the puck. You know what I mean? Making real plays, not being a little bit on the outside, but getting in there, getting down low, using that big ass, using that big body. Like I said, use that baby Yager ass, buddy. Come on. Come on, Miko. Do it
Grow
for us,
into it.
baby. Come on, man. If you haven't grown into it already, you need to get to the gym and do some squats, son. Come on. I think he's going to have a good series. He's a guy I'd really like to see step up for this. And
I think this will be his game for sure.
Yeah, you think it's going to be the game? Yeah. I'd like to see him,
he'll prove his worth in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Get it going this series.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, just kind of touching base. We talked about, their power play. Just don't just stay out of the box, and we'll be a 5-on-5 hockey. We are the better team. We talked about the beautiful Craig Berube, the chin mask. I hope he continues. You don't think you have to wear a mask, but I hope he wears one and just puts it on his chin, just to do it, because it just for the outrage for the people. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm sorry. I was getting a little excited. Yeah, I just, I'm liking it. I've got a good feeling about it. We're going to get to some predictions here. First is if you had a player for the Blues, your number one guy to watch out for, your number one guy to say, hey, he might have a good series against us. Who would that be?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said for the St. Louis Blues. One guy you got to watch out for. One kind of a guy you might be a little worried about. One that you might think have the better series for them.
Be Mr. Ryan O'Reilly.
Yeah, and he called himself out last year.
Ryan Little Dick O'Reilly.
Ryan Little Dick O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Ryan Yoga having O'Reilly, which yoga's very good for you.
It is.
Yeah, he's a guy to watch out for 100%.
Justin Falk.
Justin Falk, yeah.
He can sneak it in there.
He might sneak her in there. Yeah, for me, it's hard to argue. Like I said, last year, Ryan O'Reilly called it performance a disgrace. And so you fully expect him to be fully engaged because, I mean, he was they call him the factor. He was a non-factor last year when we swept them. So I do expect him to do it. Another guy, I don't know why, because he's not, I think he's fourth right now, maybe points for them, possibly. Is this Jordan Kyrou kid, man? He's a very skillful player. Every time we played him this season, when he had the puck, he's very noticeable. He's a very skilled player, very fast. I think he won the fastest skater. Not like that matters, but he's a fast player. He's a skillful player. He's a guy to look out for 5-on-5. I think he's one of the most dangerous 5-on-5 power play. You got to watch out for Perron, Tarasenko, O'Reilly, guys like that. But this guy, pretty much at all times, Jordan Kyrou, I'd say when he has a puck, he is the one I'm probably most like, let's get the puck off him. Okay, I'll let him skate around and play around because he can find open ice. Very skillful player. And for the Avalanche, who is your guy? Who's the guy that's going to have the series? Who's going to do it for the Avalanche in this series?
In this series? Well, I always like to think Kel McCarr is going to pull something out of his ass because he's just about
the guy to do it. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
I think when we're down, we rely on him a whole lot. So I think he's gonna be out there a lot of minutes. I mean, he's great defensively, but we still rely on him offensively too, which is
100%. It's hard to argue
in a defenseman though.
With the series he's had in this playoff so far, I mean, you cannot argue that's your guy to watch. And I mean, a lot of people would say that. I'd love to say Makar McKinnon, but again, I just wanna go back to this gentleman right here. This is the man.
Right.
I think McKinnon and Makar are gonna do what they do. I think they're gonna be great. This gentleman right here, and again, I'm not calling him out. I'm not saying he had a bad series. I just know there's more to come. And the Moose, we need him to get loose. Okay,
And
we need him to run the shit.
I'd like to see Kadri get out there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is his game too. He needs to
I'm,
get some points on
yeah,
board.
I'm curious with how St. Louis is going to act to Kadri. You know, they kind of, he had to drop the gloves with the Blues this season because he that dirty hit on Falk last year, got suspended. The rest of the playoffs, it cost us. Could have won the second round against Vegas if Kadri was there, so our lines would have been more complete. And so it's going to be interesting their reaction to Kadri. They're going to take some dirty shots at Kadri. We know, Shin is a piece of trash. So let's see what he does.
It's going to be dirty out there. I know that.
Oh, it's going to be dirty, and that's why this happens.
When you got St. Louis, it's got to be dirty.
Yeah, and another, something we have in our back pocket. I mean, we have a physical team. We have tough guys as well. But if it gets real nasty, we can get nasty. Don't make us bring this man. Look, we don't want to have to bring this man. Okay.
Yeah.
Do not force our hand. Okay. Because this is the guy that will do it for us. He will.
I'd love to see him out there, though.
Oh,
I would love to see him.
He's just fun to watch.
In this game against St. Louis Blues, I would love to see him get to play. So.
Yeah, we'll see. I would imagine we're going to keep the same decor. They did amazing first series, but someone has a tough couple of games. We're starting to get
something
ran.
Happens.
We always have this in the back pocket, and that's a wonderful thing to have. What we really didn't have last year, but we have it this year. And he's rested. His knuckles are ready. His hands are rested. They're been iced. He's ready to go. But anyway, that we do have that in our back pocket if it gets nasty. So yeah, those are our players to look out for. What is your series prediction, sir?
Series prediction. I think it's going to come down to the wire. Honestly, I think we're going to pull this out in 7 games.
7 games? Okay.
I think so. But this first game prediction, I think we're going to lose our first game. I think we're going to get too many penalties, and they're going to catch us off guard with our penalties.
That's sad to hear.
It is sad, but you know what? I think we will learn from that for the rest of the series against them, and we'll improve on it, and that's when we'll come up and beat them 4-3.
Okay. All right. So you got to go in 7. Yeah. I'm like with Mr. J Sway. I like the 6. 6 games seems good to me. They might still win in Colorado. Definitely might win one in St. Louis, but I do like us in 6. Might be a couple of overtime games for sure. Just stay out of the box, and we're gonna be just fine. We will be just fine. Stay out of the penalty box. We will be just fine, and that is it. That is the kind of the preview for the round. And yeah, those that join in the chat, Catlin, Jay, we thank you. Guys, we do this all the time. We'll do post games. We'll do more fan interviews. Check us out. I don't do this much, but Avs Fan TV, YouTube, all the other crap. Stay on the bottom. It's down there. If you want to get on the show, we want people on the show. That's what we do. We like to talk to other fans as well. So if you see this late and you're like, that sucks pretty bad, maybe I can make it better. Let us know. And
make it better, everyone. Let's make it better.
Please make it better. Can you not make this better? Make it better.
Come on, Avs fans.
Come on, you suckers. What are you doing? Enjoying family time on a Saturday? Anyway, some of these fans, I tell you. Thank you, Warren.
Jay.
Especially Jay. Well, he's Canadian. Who gives a shit? I mean, it's a communist country up there, for God's sakes. I feel sad for all.
They're restricting his internet right now. That's why
they are restricting his internet. That's the big thing. It's a shame. We'll have him back.
He can't support cross-country teams.
That's true. Yeah, they banned him. Quick to ban.
Hopefully
anyway,
we'll see him next time.
We'll see him next time.
Yeah,
that's the preview. Thank you for watching, and those who will watch in the future, we love you. And let's kick some ass against the Blues. Let's start off well. Stay out of the box. Let's take game one. Let's get off to a good start. Thank you for watching. Here's the outro. We love you all.